Hey guys, I'm here to tell you about a story about Betty Blue. Betty Blue is a blue Quaker that belonged to some clients of ours that had a serious issue this evening. Um, there was some decisions that had to be made whether they could wait overnight or not to go to see a vet, and it was described to us that the bird was in very poor health and these guys needed some support. So this is one of those moments that we talk about where we are with you for the life of your bird, that actually happened here in the store. This is today. This is at 8:15. As you guys probably know, we close at 8. We got the call at 7:45 p.m. Maddie jumped to the rescue by saying, "Hey, I'll keep the store open for 45 minutes while we wait for them to come in." Lori ran in and helped me out with this one as well. Um, and we just jumped right to action, getting a quick assessment of what was going on with the bird, talking with the client to figure out what it is that needed to be done. This is a tank that was not being used. We quickly washed it up. So when you see later in the video, you'll actually see some sawdust that is attached to the glass. That's all that is some sawdust because we had to react quickly to get this tank operational. Sterilized it real quick so that it was ready for our new friend to stay overnight with us. I was probably up till around midnight. Lori jumped in around midnight again when she was doing feedings to give another feeding to this bird. And you're going to see how this bird jumps from totally empty crop to full crop that we gave it with some nice supportive care and love. This bird slowly comes out of its shell. Now, it's important to know that this bird was not eating for some reason. The owner was not aware that though it was playing with the food, it really wasn't digesting it. So this is one of those moments that we talk about gram scales. We want you to take a gram scale home, whether you have one at home or not. It needs to be a digital gram scale. You should know what your bird weighs at all times, and you should try and at least monthly get a weight on your bird to make sure you haven't seen a drop in weight. By checking the drop in weight, you'll know if your bird is actually eating or just playing with its food. They can be very, very deceiving. It looks like they're eating, but they're really not. So it's important for you to keep an eye on the actual weight of the bird. What time are you doing your late nights tonight?
For the ones at home?
Yeah.
Midnight. Want to come back and check on this one?
Yeah, do you want to do a feeding for him again? Because if you do, then I won't push him to eat more than he needs right now. Because I got a full crop right now.
Hey, go check it.
Fortunately for our client, we have procedures in check to make sure that all of our delicate babies get fed around the clock. So you'll notice in this video, I'm asking Lori, what time are you going to do your late nights tonight? Because she was on late nights, and making sure that our bird is part of that program for a late night feeding. I didn't want to overfeed the bird because by overfeeding it, we could cause more problems. But we did have to get a liquid diet down this bird so that we could get the bird to start getting a little bit stronger a little at a time. I only live a mile down the road. If there's an issue, I'm going to be the first to know about it. So just so you guys know, this is... Again, you're going to note that there is some sawdust attached to the glass. I wish it wasn't there, but at least this is as real as you can get. This is actual footage of what happened, how it happened, and this is the bird, what it looked like when we first got it into the glass enclosure. It was very, very quiet, not acting itself, very weak. But the bird didn't have any food in its crop. I could tell by a quick keel score that this bird had not been eating for a little while, and it was time to jump in there and help the bird out a little bit. We don't know why the bird didn't eat. It's possible there could be a bacterial infection. Sometimes when you feed fruits and vegetables, if you don't leave them for a very short period of time, they can quickly grow bacteria, so things like that can happen quickly. So again, we don't know why he wasn't wanting to eat. This was just us jumping to care to help out to make sure that this bird made it through the night. It's going to be with us for a couple nights. Unfortunately, in our area right now, there is a very big shortage of veterinarian care for exotics. It is very difficult to get in to an exotic facility. I know these guys are going to try and get him in, but we don't know. We don't know when this bird can be seen, and it's going to need supportive care until it's ready to be seen by a veterinarian. After a good hour and a half of watching the bird just sit there quietly, we start to see signs of life again, which is what I've been looking for pretty much the whole night as I'm observing the bird from home. The whole time the bird has been under a heat lamp in a nice soft towel, and you'll note that a good healthy bird that has got lots of food doesn't want to sit in a little towel, so wants to sit on top of it. So this is the next step that I knew that things were going the right direction for our little buddy here. The bird just starts to pick itself up, starts to get itself positioned in a way that it's more comfortable than just being propped up. So very exciting to see Betty Blue just prop up and take benefit from all the life-sustaining support it got tonight. So as promised to the owners, 12:15 comes, Lori jumps in to next level of care, offering some more formula to the bird to get it back to stronger than it was before. This is one of my proudest parts of the clips because Lori doesn't remember she's on video here, doesn't know I'm about to make a video for all of you to learn from. And this is pretty much what happened at 12:15, and I think that if you watch what Lori's doing, you can quickly see the love and care that goes into every bird here. This is just pretty much how these birds are cared for and why they become such amazing pets, because, you know, the amount of support that I get from the staff, from Maddie, who immediately said, "Don't worry, we'll stay till 8:45." To Lori, who says, "No problem, I got you. We'll take care of it 12:15." Me sitting on the couch all day watching this bird ready to jump into the store. I mean, there's a lot that goes into the love of these birds. So this is the following morning. This is what our bird looks like this morning. Not the same bird we started with. Very alert, ready to roll, very excited. Where's mom and dad? Want to get out of this little tank, which saved my life last night. So Betty Blue is doing great this morning. We're happy to report a major learning curve for so many, because you should always know what your bird weighs. I'm going to take this moment to remind everyone that it's your support of this store. Shopping this store, passing by the big box stores, makes a big difference to us because we're able to support so many great people that care for our birds here day in and day out. This is Betty Blue right now. As of this morning, 10:09 a.m., we are very happy to report that Betty Blue pulled through just fine. And that whatever it was that was making her not feel great, we've gotten through it. We've already observed her eating a little bit this morning. As I said, we're going to offer to keep her another day or so in here because it's for the best interest of Betty Blue. And again, we're not veterinarians. We don't claim to be veterinarians. But if a friend calls us who is a client of ours and says, "Hey, I need you," this is what happens. It happens more often than not, that we will jump in and try and help in some way, because we don't want to see a bird go down because there was no access to the veterinarian care that it needed. And we have the supportive ability to the life-sustaining equipment and knowledge to keep a bird going until it can get that medical attention it needs.